Hello amazing people, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I recreated this high-low gathered skirt. A big thank you to all my subscribers. If you're also interested in seeing how I created the top, let me know in the comment section. I'll start by marking out my start line. I'm coming down by ½ inch from the top. That line is also going to serve as my waistline. I'll go on and roll a straight line connecting the dots, and then the next thing is to take my hip point of 9 inches. This skirt is going to be having a waistband of 2 inches. I'll go ahead and take out the 2 inches for the band from the hip point. Look carefully how I placed my tape, and I'll go on and mark out my hip point. The skirt you are working with is a high waist skirt, so to get your accurate hip point you need to place your tape at your upper waist and bring it down to the fullest part of your hip. That's how to get your hip point for a high waist skirt. Now I'll go ahead and mark out the half length for the skirt. So from the hip point I'll be coming down by 3 inches. I'll go on and roll a line across the dots. I'll go on and label my lines. We have the waistline, the hip line, and the half length. If you're here to subscribe to my channel, please do subscribe, like, turn on your post notification bell, and share, and also leave a comment, okay, to help our video reach a wider audience. Now I'll go on and mark out my waist measurement. I'm working with a waist of 33 inches. I'll be dividing that by 4 and I'll mark it at the waistline. I'm working with a hip measurement of 41 inches divided by 4. I'll mark it right there. And the measurement I have at my hip point, I'll bring it down to the half length of the skirt. I'll also go on and add my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches to the waistline, the hip line, and also the half length of my skirt. I'll go on and connect my points. After connecting my points, I'll cut it out. Now at this point, I'll be creating the high-low effect. From my waist point, I'll come down by 5.5 inches with my sewing allowance inclusive, which is a ½ inch. Okay, so I'm supposed to come down by 5 inches, but I'll be adding my sewing allowance to it already. So I came down by 5.5 inches from the waist point, okay? So now from the midpoint of my skirt, I'll be going in by 5 inches. So after that, I'll be creating a curve, connecting from the point I made. Alright, I came down by 5.5 inches from the waist, and then from the midpoint, I went in by 5 inches. So I'm going to be creating a curve connecting these points, just the way I'm going about it right now. Alright, create a curve from the 5.5 inches point to the 5 inches point at the half length. Now at my hip point, I'll go up by 1 inch. Alright, at my hip point, I went up by 1 inch, and I'm going to be creating a curve connecting it to that 5 inches point at the half length of the skirt. I hope you understand that. I went up at the hip point by 1 inch and I created a curve, a bit of a curve, connecting it to the 5 inches point at the half length of my skirt. The half length of this skirt without the band is 10 inches and with the band is 12 inches. I'll go on and cut it out. After cutting out, this is what I have. You can see the scalloping, the high-low effect the skirt is giving us. I'll be placing this on my fabric and I'll cut out. And also for the back, the front and back is the same thing. The only difference is the zipper allowance that I'll be adding to the back. So I'll go ahead and cut the front part on my fabric. My fabric is on fold. I'll go on and place it like this, and I will trace it out. Remember, I already added all my sewing allowances to the pattern paper, so that's why I'm not adding any other sewing allowance to the fabric. I'll go on and place this front piece on another piece of fabric to cut out the back. Alright, so I've gone ahead to mark out my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches on this fabric. Then I'll go on and place the front part of the skirt on it. I'll place it on it like this. You can see our zipper allowance of 1.5 inches there. You can use 2 inches if you want. Alright, so I'll go on and cut it out. Watch the way I'm going about this. So this is what we have after cutting out. This is the front piece and this is the back piece. I'm going to slash open the zipper space. And I'll give it a notch there at the zipper point. So now you can see how the back is looking. This is the back of our skirt. And this is the front of our skirt. So at the waist point there, I'll be coming down by 1/2 inch. This is to make the band relax and fit better. So I'll be coming down by 1/2 inch at that waist point, and I'm going to slant it into the side of the waist. I'll cut it out. Alright, so the next thing is to attach the back to the front. I'll open up my front part of the skirt this way, and I'll also open up the back like this, and I'll be joining it side to side. I'm placing side to side this way, and I'll go ahead to my sewing machine using my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. I'll go on and sew it all the way down. Now I'll go on and cut out my band. I'll be folding my fabric on a bias in a triangular form like this. The length of the band is 36 inches. The actual waist measurement is 33 inches plus 3 inches for the zipper allowance, making it 36. And then in width, I'll be measuring 2.5 inches. We are working with a band of 2 inches plus 1/2 inch for sewing allowance, which we'll use to join it to the skirt. Right, so I'll go on and measure it out. Then I'll go on and cut it out. After cutting out, this is what I have. I've also gone ahead to attach the back to the front part of the skirt, and this is what I have. I went on to iron it down neatly as well. So now I'll be taking the measurement. Right, I'm going to measure right from the zipper allowance. Just watch how I'm going about it. I'll follow the curve. I'll follow the high-low effect on the skirt. And I'm going to measure it all the way around like this. At the end, I have about 60 inches. So that 60 inches, I'm going to multiply it by 2.5. You can multiply yours by 3 or by 3.5, depending on the amount of fabric you have. For this skirt, I made use of 3 yards. Okay, so if you want it really full, like the picture on the thumbnail, you can use about 4 to 5 yards of fabric. So now the length of my skirt, for the down part of the skirt, is I'm going to cut out 30 inches. The total length of the skirt is going to be 40 inches. I'll use the 2 inches to fold the hem of my skirt. So this is my band here. Opened, when open is 5 inches, and when unfold is 2.5. I'll go on and attach it to my skirt. Okay, I'll start from the zipper point and I'm going to sew it all around using 1/2 inch. After doing that, I'll go on and make gathers on my skirt. You can make tiny pleats. I initially made tiny pleats, but I didn't really like the outcome of that. So I ran a straight stitch, a loose stitch on the fabric, on the down fabric. Okay, and then I gathered it up. And this is the effect it gave me, which I really like the turnout. To achieve this fullness, I multiplied the 60 inches I got from measuring the high-low effect. I multiplied it by 2.5, which gave me 150 inches. So the entire fabric I used was 150 inches in width, and wide the length is 30 inches. So the total length of the skirt is 40 inches. You can make your own skirt longer than 40. You can also make your fullness more than this. You can multiply it by 3, by 4, depend on the quantity of fabric you have. For me, I used 3 yards for the entire skirt to achieve the entire skirt. So now you can see how the inner part is looking. I've also gone ahead to attach my zipper. So now after I'm working on the skirt, when you look at the down part, you can see that the high-low effect that the down part of the skirt have is not really obvious. So I'm going to be working on that. Now what I'm doing is picking the midpoint of the skirt, the front part of your skirt, right? Just go ahead and pick out the midpoint, just like I'm doing. So at that midpoint, make sure you align the fabric. Okay, just align it to the sides. Make sure everything is aligning at the hem. Arrange it very well. Take your time to arrange it. So I want to first of all work on the midpoint of the front part of the skirt. Then I will now work on the back. So here it is. After arranging it, this is what I have. So this is the midpoint of the front part of the skirt. Okay, get to the midpoint of the front part of the skirt. I will use my pin to hold it at the side to keep everything in place. So at that midpoint from my hem, I'm going to go up by 9 inches. This is how high I want the down part of my skirt to be. So I went up by 9 inches. I'll mark it right there. And the next thing I'm going to do is to create a curve. All right, so from that 9 inches, watch carefully how I'm going about this. From that 9 inches, I'm going to be creating my curve, blending it carefully into the sides of my skirt. All right, I hope you can see this, though the chalk is not really clear, but just watch how my hand is moving. You understand what I'm doing. So I'm creating that curve from the 9 inches point, and I'm going to be blending it into the sides of my skirt. Just like this. Okay. And I'll go on and cut it out, following the line that I've created. Now this same thing, you're going to do it for the back part of the skirt as well. I'll go on and cut it out following the line I made. So just follow your curve carefully and cut it out. So after that, you can see how the front is looking. You can see the effect now. It's very obvious now compared to how it was before. So this is how to achieve the high-low effect at the down part of the skirt. So the next thing is to go on and fold the midpoint of the back. All right, just take your back, turn it to the back like this. Take the midpoint, which is the zipper side, fold it like this. All right, just like we did for the front, go up by 9 inches and curve it. Follow the curve, blending it to the side of your skirt. So this is it, guys. Just go up by 9 inches at that point and blend it to the side of the skirt. This is exactly how we achieved the front high-low effect. So do it for the back part of the skirt. Make sure you arrange your fabric properly. Right, so after that, just go on and cut it out, and you will have the same result as the front. So this is what I have. This is what my skirt is looking like. Thank you guys for watching to this point. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and turn on your post notification bell so you're updated when I upload my next video.